Hi everyone, welcome to TikTok. My name is Eve Sullivan. I'm a public health master's student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. And today we're going to be talking to Barry about his experience with Lyme disease, the signs, symptoms, misconceptions, and treatment around the disease. Hi Barry.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, thanks.
Good. Can we start off by just asking you when you got diagnosed with Lyme disease and your experience with that?
Yeah, it happened in the summer of 2014, actually. I remember the day very well. I was out mowing pasture on my property, and it was a Saturday. It was a hot day. I had my shirt off, and you know how the edge of the field, there's tree limbs that come out. I think maybe some of that is where the tick might have been. A day later, I was walking out to my mailbox, and I felt this really strange sensation. My entire body just sort of shook, and it passed really quickly. And I go, wow, that was weird, you know. And then by Monday, I was really sick with what I thought was the flu. I had chills, fever really bad, no appetite, and a really bad headache. It was like the worst flu I'd ever felt like I'd had. And I called into work that I couldn't come in. And so that was on a Monday. By Thursday, I was still not any better. And I called my doctor, who saw me right away. And he asked me, he said, well, it could be the flu, but this time of year nowadays, we tend to think it might be Lyme disease. Have you noticed any rash or any bites or marks? I said no. And I took my shirt off and showed him. He said, whoa. You know there's a problem when your doctor says whoa.
Definitely.
But there's a big bullseye on my shoulder blade that, you know, was very obviously from a tick bite. So he said, I'm going to prescribe a Western blot test for you, but I'll tell you right now it's going to be negative because it takes 30 days for the antibodies to show up. And the blot test is not actually for the bacteria itself, but it's for the antibodies that your body creates. But he put me on the doxycycline right away because we knew right away that that's what it was. And he was right, the test was negative. But I had a second one later on that confirmed the presence of these bacteria. And within a couple weeks, the symptoms of the flu went away.
Oh, that's great.
But I still had really bad fatigue and like what they call a foggy brain.
How long did that last for?
Well, actually, a couple years. It took me really 3 years to get through the whole thing.
Wow, that's a long time.
After running the gamut of the doxycycline, I still wasn't over these other symptoms, and we found a specialist in Falmouth, a doctor named Sam Donta, who turns out is very well-renowned, world-famous, and written books on this.
Wow.
And my doctor, my primary care guy, and he kind of collaborated on my care. He said, oh yeah, I've heard of Sam Donta. He's really one of the best. So we went down there, and he put me on a regimen of antibiotics every day till the symptoms went away, which was about 3 years later.
Wow, that's a long process.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally in 90% of cases, Lyme disease gets cleared up within the first few months or so, and then 10% of cases turn into a more chronic condition, which lasts about 3 years. So that sounds more similar to probably what you were experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, I think the most enduring one of the symptoms was the fatigue.
Right.
Like every day around 2 o'clock, I'd need to really take a nap if I could.
Wow, and that's not common for you. You're normally going all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up retiring from the job. I was a health inspector for the city of Westfield.
Yeah.
And but even still, it took a while to kick it.
Was getting Lyme part of the reason you retired, or was it just coincidental?
It was a culmination of a lot of different events, but that was a part of it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. So a lot of things you experience are very typical of the common Lyme disease. Like you said, you got the bullseye rash, and commonly 70 to 80% of people end up with that rash, which is kind of good in a way because it's a real indicator and
Right.
it helps you get treatment early. And it's those cases that go undiagnosed that end up
Right.
being a little bit more troublesome.
That's been my experience in talking to other people that have had it. The people that are the worst off are the ones that are misdiagnosed or undiagnosed for
Right.
years. I've got a cousin whose wife, they're down in Atlanta, and she's in a wheelchair now. She's in really bad shape from it. They've
terrible.
gone to specialists, but it's not as common down south as it is around here.
Right, yeah.
So-
New England is definitely the epicenter of
Yeah.
all the Lyme disease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really a mystery.
It is, definitely. So how actually big was the bullseye that you had?
At the outset, it was probably, I'd say 5-6 inches maybe.
Wow.
Well,
Did you know
4 or
it can
5.
get up to 12?
Really?
Yeah, it can get up to 12 inches big.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm still out there a lot, and you try to do the preventive maintenance as you can,
Right.
but they're really prolific. And I think I've heard some people that are out there all the time that don't get bit, even without any repellent or anything, and other people they do go towards.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like they like certain people a little more than others. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, you're one of those people.
Right, right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the questions I had for you. So thank you very much for sharing your experience with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. If you want more information, please go to www.cdc.gov/Lyme.